Hey, welcome back to Antonia's Blissful Corner. I'm here with Dr. Pratt. How you doing, Dr. Pratt?
I'm doing. It's been a very interesting week, boy. Up and down,
Yeah,
right up until today. So if you ride the wave, it felt like a very New York week. Very New York week.
very much. Very
hmm
much. My brain right now is so tired. And I'm like, why is
Pew,
it
pew,
already
pew,
like
pew, pew, pew,
Monday?
pew, pew, pew. Yeah,
It's already
yeah.
Monday.
So I think it is good to check in. I think people should check in with their family members, their customers. I think a check in is always good. I don't think that we do it probably enough check in, especially after COVID.
Hmm.
Anything can happen, or can go wrong, or you know, I think that we've been at a sustained on red alert for a while, and I think 2022 people started to be like, I want to get out. I'm tired of being locked, caged up. And I kept thinking when that happened, you know, not for nothing, but like is and not so much from a COVID standpoint, but just do I want to be out there with a whole bunch of people that just want to be out?
Right.
It's like, it's like oh, good. And then the one time I went to a conference, I got sick. I was so mad. So I had been perfect for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
One time, and I brought it home to my baby,
Ooh.
and my daughter got COVID, and I was in my wife and I didn't have COVID, but it's just like a flu. But it was just that ever since then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna really evaluate. Do I have to go out to this event, or I like where I live here in Louisiana because even to this day, a lot of the older people wear masks. They don't
Mhm.
play. They're not. They're not. This may be a red state, and there may be all the stuff attached to that. Although we do have a senator who's really pushing vaccines, so it's kind of interesting because he's an actual doctor. Even though he's Republican, he's still a real doctor, and he's like, look, vaccines work. Next. So, but unfortunately, the governor is not that way. So
Uh-huh.
it's a real interesting scenario. But anyway, people here are very salt of the earth, common sense people, and so I don't really like. I'm not super concerned about being in a crowd as used to be down here, but in parts of the state, there is definitely people just don't. It's like no. And now that measles is
Oh, yes.
going through. I'm like, I haven't had measles. Fortunately, I never got measles when I was a kid because I was vaccinated. But I also had cousins that had measles. I'm starting to itch right now thinking about it. Chicken pox, so like, mm-mm. So I just think that checking in with people, even with the plane situations
Everything.
and tariffs, and then just life in general.
Yeah.
I think that it's good. I think we're getting to a space where most people are figuring out what is their thing that they do to help them deal with life as it is.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, even that thing, weather happens. So there was a concert that was supposed to happen yesterday in
Hmm.
California. Lil Russell, is an independent rapper. He's built a really solid fan base. It's up to like I think 1.7 million. But when I started following him, he had like 200,000 people, and he built a backyard. He's like the ultimate introvert extrovert. He
Hmm.
built a backyard stage, so he would host concerts at his
Oh,
backyard,
wow.
and like 100 people would come, and he would charge like $100. So he make whatever, and then he's name his company is Good Company, and the
Uh-huh.
penny and company. So he
Yeah.
was always charging what people could afford and pay what you want type of thing, sliding scale. Never got a record deal, but blew up. Now he's like he's in I think is it Oakland? Yeah, I think Oakland A's or it might be a different team. Major League Baseball has him doing their theme song. He opened at the All Star Weekend for NBA. So people on the underground, kind of independent, know Russell, kind of like Lecrae. So
Yeah.
almost a similar situation. And he probably will get a Grammy for stuff he's put out because he's so well known.
Yes.
Anyway, his concert was supposed to be Saturday, but weather happened and he couldn't do it. One fan started to get so mad that he canceled the concert. He's literally in the same city. He's not in a different place saying, I'm not coming. He's just like, we got to move it to Sunday. They got so mad that they threatened his life. And and then he lost it because he's like, do all this work,
Yeah.
as what's the name, Eric Badu says, people, artists are sensitive about the ish.
Yep.
So he went totally overboard. But at the same time, the fans like, yo, um, when everybody knows the fan that said all the life threatening stuff, the threats, and it's like, yo, Mario will probably be at the concert tomorrow, and Larissa will probably bring him on stage. I was like, no. It's like, don't do not. I posted. I'm not gonna say what I posted, but
Yeah.
it's on Instagram, and I was like, please believe what Maya Angelou said. When people show you who they are,
Believe.
believe it.
Yeah.
And somebody said they're gonna stab you through your heart says that
Yeah. It is not.
public
Yeah.
forum. You might take a couple years for that to go away, not 24 hours.
Yeah.
So,
So
but
true.
my point is that so people are so attached now to the thing that got them through whatever they're going through
Yes.
that's taken away or threatened.
It's like a pacifier, security
Yes.
blanket.
So we gotta check in.
Yeah. I
A lot
agree.
of
It
stuff to
it
check
it it, it is important, and of course, like this New York. So,
in.
so it is always like this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I sent you two videos in the past few days because there's some things like when you live in New York. Sometimes it's people just walk about their business. Somebody could be on fire, and it's like, oh, it's just another day in the neighborhood. And
Or they, but you want you like, you try to put the fire out, they might sue you. So like,
that's why they walk by and
so
leave.
I'm not a fireman. I'm not
Right.
trained. So
That's why they look and leave.
right,
Um,
right. That's a good one. Look and leave. That's
yeah,
something. That's we should investigate that.
yeah.
Look and leave. I like that. Look and leave.
Or they just sit there and like record the video, but
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, I've
it
never
is
done that
so
to any situation.
it's so annoying. It is so annoying to see that
You got
instead of
left for
if
that.
there's an emergency, instead of calling 911, everybody's like,
Yeah, I think I left when I left in 2015. People were starting to do that, but I don't think that I was there for. But I remember one thing I did. I used to stick my middle finger up when the cop when a scandal broke out about stop and frisk. It was I was lived in Brooklyn, so the scandal broke out in in Bed-Stuy. They were handing out tickets at certain times of the month. The
mm,
best the precinct that I lived near, and then also of course I want to say it wasn't. It might have been doing Shore and Bell too, but I definitely started doing like middle finger on the side of my face until I see a cop and stuff like that. And one time on a train platform, it was like a train full of cops. They were shift change or whatever. And so I saw the car coming out. I was like, oh, it's a cop. Oh, another cop. Okay, I was like, so that's the closest I got to doing consistent, handheld recording. It's like, nah, but like, that's just, I don't know. Like, even as a journalist or reporter, I like, unless like if somebody is in a fight, I don't see the purpose. Me personally, I don't see the purpose in me recording, or anybody else to that matter recording. Now, if somebody's being threatened by agency or something like that, that's something different. Or you're trying to a man, somebody's doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Yes, but just the New York thing,
mhm.
or these dances. Like, I like the fact that people can pop up on the train station, do their dance. I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna walk over here, out of the camera A, and just let them do their dance. I'm not gonna be
Yep.
there behind there.
Right.
It's like I saw one guy. I think they staged it, but he was dancing on a station, and somebody was on the top stairs, and you
Uh-huh.
could barely see them. And they like danced with them behind him, but at the
Uh-huh.
top stairs, way down the track. And of course, he turned on cue, like, "Wait, this person? Oh, somebody dancing with me." But I think that was probably staged. But my point is, like, that's such a New York thing to
New
do. It's
York,
like,
yeah,
oh, let me record this. Like,
it's crazy.
yes. So checking in.
Mhm.
It's almost time for festivals. How are you preparing for that?
For festivals.
Yeah, like yeah, they're gonna be coming at the season's gonna be coming up.
So you know what's funny? So there's I don't know if you know Sprague Benz.
Who is it?
Sprague Benz. He's like one of the '90s
No.
reggae's, right? So he's a '90s reggae, like one used to be like
Mm.
one of my favorite, like old reggae artists. So he and a bunch of others, they're performing at the UBS arena near me here in Queens this Saturday.
Oh, okay. Oh
This
wow.
Friday, this coming, yeah, Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And I actually, and it's month end close. So right now, like I'm in a space where like I need rest. I need a vacation. And I called one of my friends to invite him. right? Because I'm getting complimentary tickets.
Oh,
And
good.
he was like, he can't go because he's going to be out of town. But he was like, but wait a second. Do you have any plans on the 5th? And I'm like, yeah, that's a Monday. I'm working this month and close. I said, why? He said, oh, because I'm looking about getting tickets to go to Kendrick. Oh, okay. I'm coming.
Not like us.
I don't know
Not
how.
like us.
It's funny, like I'm already in my head, like how am I gonna get rest? Like I'm like, I gotta tell him from the beginning, I'm going to be sleeping in a vehicle. There's no doubt about it. Like, so I'm already like starting to plan. The good thing is the Saturday
Mhm.
one, at least I'll have Sunday to recover. But then Monday, I won't have Tuesday to recover because I have to work. But I'm still
Right.
have to. I feel as if like I'm going to be still somewhat drained from Saturday on Monday, right? But
One question about those type of spaces, something I always think about, unfortunately now,
mm,
is how do you deal with security? Like, well, how do you feel? How do you get yourself prepared to? I'm gonna enjoy the concert. I'm gonna enjoy the thing or the event, and yet I'm still gonna be security conscious. Like, looking around because those are theoretically targets. I
yeah,
don't think, honestly, I think I pray, but also don't think that we're the targets right now because there's a
but
lot of them that are mad at them. So
yeah,
like,
but
yeah,
just being in the space.
but
So
just right.
with the one on Saturday, I'm not too concerned about because I
Okay,
will
it's
most
'90s. It's
likely
'90s
have
people,
like,
so yeah.
huh?
It's '90s people, so yeah.
Yes, 90. No, but they still have like young people. But where I'm sitting, like I'll be in a
Okay.
in there where there's the security.
Key, you know where you're sitting, and that's the key.
Yeah, right,
And I
right.
think introverts do that well. I think I
We
always look
scope
at
out the area.
the map. I look at the
Yeah,
map. I know the
we scope.
exits.
Yep, we scope out the
I know
area.
the
Like,
exits.
and it's always in case of emergency, I'm going to go this way.
Yes.
And I think
And
it's
if
just
that's
something
blocked
that
off,
we do.
there's another exit over here.
Right,
I know
right.
another backup to the
And it's
backup.
a whole conversation. Okay, if we split up, meet back at the car.
If you're not back in 20 minutes, I'm sorry, I gotta leave.
Right.
Yeah. Might be a dirty bomb. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
Very cool.
and I think that's what it is. Like I think, because I do like the idea of checking in. Um, I somehow or another I'm not going to say that well, right now, like my friend list that was already small as it is, but it's smaller now. So I don't have a lot of people to check in with, which is fine.
Hmm.
But the few that I am in contact with, like I
Hmm.
still, like every so often, whether
Hmm.
it's a text, preferably, like
Hmm.
I'm at the space now where like, don't call me, text, just,
Right, right,
and if I
right,
text you, don't call me, just
right.
text. But I do agree with you though. I think that there's so much going on now because even though we talk about how with being in New York, it's like, oh, it's just another day, and because I'm in a space now where I am not allowing things to bother me, but not
Good,
everyone
good.
is on that level where I am now, where they can't allow things to bother them, and then
Right.
because every day is one thing after the next. So, like with the poll passing last week, of course, people are like, oh my God, is the world coming to an end? Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yes, yes.
right? And then because JD Vance went over there, oh my God, JD Vance killed him.
Just saying.
Right,
Just saying.
right. And then I turned on YouTube this morning and I saw that there was a horrific incident
Earthquake?
up in Vancouver.
Oh no, I didn't know about that. No.
Yeah, so there was a Filipino festival yesterday,
Okay.
and someone rammed their vehicle in the crowd and killed
Oh
like
no.
11 people. Yes, and
Oh
apparently there are
God.
others injured. Yes, and
That
so
hasn't popped up at all. Anything. I haven't seen anything.
yeah,
Wow.
I saw it today because sometimes they don't even know what's real and what's fake on YouTube. But there
Right, right, right.
the police was talking about it, and he was like, "This is the first time in history in our city," and it's just sad to know that people are at that place now where they're like loose cannons. The
Right.
person that's sitting
That's
next to
that's
you,
part right there.
yeah, people sitting next to you at work, people standing next to you on a train. You don't know who is who. You don't know what kind of day they're having. So for me, I like to just stay clear from everybody because you just don't know. You just do
I
not know.
agree. I agree 100%.
Mhm,
Looking at two events I wanted to go to in October
mhm,
and deciding how to get there. And on one event, in yes, one event in New York and one event in Dallas.
mhm.
And we are mapping out travel wise, because we're going to do by the train. No, I'm not doing planes. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah. That's the other thing too. Like it's
can't do planes
I
unless
want.
it's an early flight, early like 4 a.m. with no other planes in the air. Even then, I'm not doing it with 3-year-olds. But it's just I could.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fraidy cat. I love to fly, but I'm also mindful, right? I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to actually go and celebrate with my friend. She had a housewarming in California in March. And as soon as she sent me the link, I went to look at
Yep.
the tickets and all of that. And then when this plane started to crash,
Yep.
I was like, and I feel bad because I never went back and told her that I'm not gonna come,
Right.
because I feel like a piece of me still wanted to go, but
Mm-hmm.
my spirit was like, no, we're not doing that though. Because as soon as you think about it, next you know, you turn on the whatever, and you're hearing about whether it was a helicopter or a
Yep.
small plane in Long Island, and it's like, you know
Yep.
what? I'm gonna, because the reality of it is we wake up every day and we're taking a risk, right? Because you wake up, I can walk out the house and a tree limb can fall on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
I feel like, like with the planes, because I love to fly, I love to travel, but I'm telling myself, we're just going to chill for now because it's too much. So I think though, for introverts, we pick and choose the stress. If we have to be under stress, at least for me, like
Right.
I don't have to go on the plane. I mean, unless I'm going to visit family, you know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? I feel as if like we get to basically choose which stress do I want. Like I have to go to the office, right? But I don't have to go to the city to hang out. Like so, I don't
Or you don't
know.
have to go to that optional employee meeting in person.
Right?
You can
Exactly.
to do it on the computer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do I have to be there? Yeah, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is definitely a time to check in. But how have you been doing?
I've been better. I mean, I'm getting better. So that's not
Mhm,
been better. I'm getting better. I think that my stress level is definitely lower, but also I was doing really good exercise wise and everything in February, January, February. Then I
mhm,
dropped off in March, and then so I'm working my way back up to what I'm supposed to be doing every day. That's good. Like today, I've done everything I'm supposed to do except for one exercise. My affirmations are good, meditation is good, so I feel good. Um, I'm a little concerned about what people are going to be going through after May 5th if the garnishment happens, if
mhm.
people's wages are garnished that owe college loans.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to not trying I am establishing a freebie that I can give away. It gives people tips on what I think you can do to earn an extra 20,000 or extra 18,000. Really under 20K because then they got to report that. So
Mhm,
it's like, hey, this is how you make a quick, not a quick, but make an extra 2,000 a month or 1,500 a month, just so
mhm.
you can whatever is being taken from your check can kind of.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that, and I got it. I got it down pat. I played around with it yesterday on TikTok. I had a TikTok now lets you do an audio room,
Mhm,
so you can press a plus sign for live, and you swipe to the left. Well, I guess it's swipe to the right, and one of the options is audio only. And so you press that, and now you're in a box with like 9 other boxes, but it's just nobody's cameras on. It
mhm.
doesn't let you put a camera on; it lets
Oh,
you do
wow.
audio. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's kind of like Clubhouse, just like. So I did that for an hour yesterday just to see how many people would come in and how it was decent. It wasn't as popular as the video streaming, but
Mm,
my point in doing it was to just play with. I feel like the audio place is a good place to throw an idea out there and see how the audience kind of takes it and see
mhm,
how people listen, how long they pop out and pop in, and do they come back? But I had like more people come back than I expected. Um, After they did the circle around, they went looked to people, looked to me. Okay, let me go back to him. So I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a good tester
mhm.
before I go to video and start having when you're on video you have to you gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Audio I was washing dishes, I was doing some other stuff, so it was really really cool. Video you can kind of do that, but you gotta have a decent um, community that you built up that's willing to go down and rabbit hole with you. So
Mhm,
anyway, experimentation on what we can do to help a brother or sister who may be facing wage garnishment.
Mhm.
And I was actually trying to come up with a name, and it was like I think it was garnish free or garnish free or garnish something.
Mhm.
Um, but anyway, so I think I got that, and I feel good about that. And then April is coming, leaving, and so May is coming. So
Mhm.
I think that May will be a decent month, even though that happens. I have a good plan for May, and then hopefully the plan for May will allow me to take June, July, and August and kind of slow things down
Yeah.
and relax. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm like, all right, I gotta get ready, get ready. Okay, we're gonna hit it hard in May.
Yeah.
In June and July, it's like, yo, what's up?
Cruise. Yeah.
Might be, tapping in from the lounge chair
Yeah.
in my park doing the podcast.
Yes.
Dr. Pratt, just take it easy. Yes.
Yeah. Which I feel like that's the name of the game.
Hmm.
Is to get to a place where we can take it easy.
You
Um,
got to give yourself a break. And
you
you can't
do.
keep going at this stress level, and you can't keep going at this pace.
You
You
can't.
got to figure out what it is that you can give yourself a break and then
Yeah.
take the break, not just give
Yeah.
yourself a break, but
Yeah.
take
Take it. Because I feel like for me, going into the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night I crash because my
it. Hmm.
body is like I can't. And I was telling somebody 2 weeks ago that I have to find a day when I intentionally go to bed early, early,
Mm.
right? And I said, and they were like, "Well, what day would you pick?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." And I think in the back of my mind, I know that it should be Wednesday,
Hmm.
because I'm doing a training. I can't go early because the training is on Zoom from I think 8:30 to 9:30. Sometimes it spills over. But then, I mean, I could definitely go to bed at 10 o'clock. But sometimes I feel like because I have so many things that I'm working on, I'm like, no, let me just do this one thing. And what happens is I fall asleep, my laptop open on the bed, my watch not on the charger, my phone, and I'm like, oh, we got to stop doing this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have to basically get to a space where, because there was a point in time when I actually set an alarm for 10:30 for bed. And so what I do now is I have a light in my room that changes color. And
Yeah.
so at 10:30, the blue light comes on,
Don't go on the blue light.
and
Yeah.
I start to panic, like, okay, gotta get my clothes out, blah, 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 because then at 11 o'clock it shuts off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, I
smart.
can turn it back
Smart.
on,
I like
but
that.
that's the whole idea, is to basically become disciplined. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I still
Gently. Not,
right,
not, not,
right,
not. Yeah, that's
right.
good. I like that. That's a lot. We have a blue light also we use to take the baby down.
Yeah.
But I like the concept of automatic. That's one of the things I want for the house next year is to move everything over to um, automated, not necessarily online, but
Hmm.
automated. The automated light on and off
Yeah, that's what I
turners.
found. I found that at Home Depot, because I'm not one of those, hey Alexa, I'm not one of those people.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I don't
so
turn
I
it. I'm
found
not
this
going.
light. I found this light at
Yes.
Home Depot, and it basically connects via Bluetooth.
Yes.
And so basically, I have it set that way, so
Right.
that in the
Hmm.
mornings, I have the red light come on first.
Good. Good.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of those things, because I'm
That's
not one of
nice.
those
That's
tail
smart.
Alexa people. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. I think that's a great takeaway. I think that's that clipping this
Mhm.
would be really good. I think people could use a takeaway like that because it is so much information is happening to us every day, and it is jarring. And you go to this, like I think the blue light helps me not go to bed depressed.
Mhm.
It definitely changes the mood.
Mhm.
I never thought about the red light when waking up. My wife uses it to focus when she's doing meditation, but
Mhm.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, no, another thing too, to take it down, is on YouTube. There's so many channels that has like
Yes.
the mood music or
Yeah.
whatever have you, and I fall asleep with those so many times.
We should do an episode about things that introverts could, or a series. Maybe we could do a series, and maybe it's like
Mhm.
4 weeks. About things that introverts could do to make money that are faceless,
Yeah,
and that's one of them.
yeah,
That's a big one.
yeah. It
That
is.
channel, yeah, you already know that channel.
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I am so ready. That's one of the things I want to work on in the summer is come up with a couple of channels, maybe like 1 to 2, probably
Mhm.
two, one for work and one for sleep.
Mhm.
That just and they, yeah. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but yes, yeah, 100%, 100%. That's so good, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. All right.
You know,
Well.
I wonder if we could get the lady from YouTube. So I think I sent you. I don't think I sent it yet, but there's a YouTube There's a YouTube, what do they call it? YouTube boot camp. They hired a company to come in and teach people about different things that YouTube is doing. And because the girl, she's pretty like laid back and stuff. So I think that she may say no, but I can ask her to
Mhm.
come on our podcast to just talk about the differences that YouTube has changed around now. But it's a free boot camp that they're
Yeah.
having, and it's every Thursday. Another day for to do something. But from 7 to 8, she just goes live on Google Meet and talks about what changes or what things you could do for your YouTube channel, and
Oh
it's from
wow.
YouTube itself. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty
So,
cool.
yeah, that's cool because I think like if when it's coming directly from them, at least you know it's a reliable source because people take
Yeah,
it, pop it up and clickbait.
right, right.
Ugh,
All the time, all the time.
so annoying.
It is. Well, it's been a great episode. Great check in.
Yes, thank you. And if you haven't, so we're on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed as yet, please subscribe. Also share this
Okay.
video with someone who, like would find value with it. And also like, comment below. Let's connect. So thank you, Dr. Pratt.
You're welcome.
Please keep doing well. And thank you for your
You
valued
too.
information all the time. So have a great week and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye
All right.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.